I have been a full-time professional pet sitter, dog walker, pet transporter, and ultimately pet business owner for over 10 years now. And I have learned a lot over the last decade. So in today's video, I'm going to share my top 10 lessons from 10 years as a pet sitter. It was actually really hard for me to narrow down these lessons to just the top 10, so these are not in any specific order, but I did save the best for last, so you're going to want to make sure to stick around for the whole video and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on my weekly content. If you don't know who I am, I'm Doug the Dog Guy. This is my little Chihuahua King and my Golden Retriever Turkey, and I am the owner and founder of Bad to the Bone Pet Care. We are an award-winning team of pet sitters, dog walkers, and pet transporters servicing all of Northeast Florida. So with that being said, let's get into our first lesson. And that is the simple fact that building a business and a client list is a marathon, not a sprint. It will take you time to really build your business foundation and get the ball rolling. I have a lot of newer pet sitters and dog walkers that reach out to me for guidance as they start their new businesses, which I love helping with, but I always have to remind each of them that you're probably not going to be able to go full time within 6 months. Yes, there are some of us that are able to do that, but you really have to bust your butt to get there that quickly. It takes most people over a year before they have enough clients and enough of a solid foundation built to quit their other job and really go full time as a pet sitter and dog walker. The second lesson that I want to mention is that we will not be the right fit for every client, and not every client is going to be the right fit for us and our businesses, and that is okay. I know when I started pet sitting and dog walking 10 years ago, I just wanted to take any client that was willing to trust me with their pets, and I felt so bad about telling people no. But over the years, you get a lot more comfortable with saying that magic no word and really start honing in on families that respect you and like the way that you operate. You know, as pet sitters and dog walkers and pet care providers, we all have different policies and procedures, and we all have different skill sets and levels of experience. And all of those different things are going to jive with different families in different ways. And you just don't want to take on any pet parent. It's not going to lead to the best outcome for them or for you. So really think about what you want your perfect ideal day to look like. Figure out what those types of clients are like, and then you can reverse engineer your marketing to specifically attract those types of clients. My third important lesson is that clients are not always right, and it is our job as the pet professionals to try to educate them and guide them towards the best possible outcome. I know in previous customer service type jobs that I had before starting my business, I was always told the customer is always right, and we have to do whatever we can to accommodate the customer and make them happy. That is just not the case in pet care, in my opinion. You know, something that I've learned over the years is that a lot of families will go get a dog or a cat or some other kind of pet without doing any research beforehand. They just think about how great it'll be to have this new addition to their family, and they're only thinking about the fun, exciting parts of it. And they really are not thinking about the nutrients that different breeds of dogs need, or the exercise level, or the long-term impacts of certain behavioral patterns. All of these types of things that we learn to pay attention to as pet professionals. And for years, I was really nervous to tell clients when they were doing something wrong. And I was really nervous to try to educate them and guide them towards the best possible outcome. But over the years, it has just become totally clear to me that that is part of our responsibility as the true professionals. We just have to make sure to be very nice and understanding and respectful when we are relaying that kind of information. And along with that same thought process, my fourth important lesson here is that transparency is key. A lot of people just don't understand what we do as pet sitters and dog walkers. They don't understand all the back end and all of the stuff that goes in that they don't see. The marketing, the scheduling, the invoicing, the emergency planning, the route planning. There's so much that goes into this that clients will just never understand. And some of these things they don't need to understand. They don't need to think about. But there are some things where we do need to do a little bit of hand holding and a lot of explaining. And the longer that I'm in business, just the more transparent I am with everything. That's part of the reason that I have this YouTube channel. If you look through some of my previous videos, I have videos covering, our own cancellation policy and a myriad of other things. And yeah, I have made those videos primarily for you guys to learn to operate your own businesses in a better way. But those types of videos really come in handy when our own clients are questioning those policies as well. I can send this content to our clients and say, hey, I understand your questioning here, but this video really explains exactly why we do it this way. My fifth lesson from 10 years as a pet sitter and dog walker is to keep your service radius tight. When I very first started pet sitting and dog walking, I would get requests from all over town. And because I needed the money and I needed the clients, and because I hadn't learned how to tell people no yet, I just took all the requests. And that left me in a situation where I was often spending half my day in the car, driving all over the world. My first 5 years as a pet sitter, I went through like 3 or 4 cars with like the engine literally blowing up on me with over 200,000 miles because I was doing so much driving. And over the years, I have learned that if you are more than 5 miles away from me, I am not going to accommodate you. This really helps cut down on the expenses with vehicle upkeep and gas and all that kind of stuff. But it also helps with preventing burnout. Because if you're spending half your day just sitting in traffic when you could be out walking a dog or taking care of a cat, that will start to affect your mental and emotional well-being. My sixth lesson is that you can never stop marketing your business. I think this is really important because I see a lot of people that they'll start to have some clients come in, they'll get their schedule how they want it, and then they'll say, okay, I can back off on the marketing, and then one of those clients will move away, and then another client will pass away, and then another client will just stop needing your services all at once. And then if you don't have new clients already coming in, you're going to be left in a bind. I found myself in that situation multiple times over the first couple of years. And I finally figured out that I just have to keep marketing. I have to have a steady stream of new potential clients coming into the business all the time, even if you don't need them right now, even if you don't want them right now, you will need and want them next week. Going right along with that point, my seventh lesson is that you cannot let any one client become a huge percentage of your revenue and your schedule. Because when that client leaves you, again, you are going to be left in a bind. And I very distinctly remember that my first year as a pet sitter and dog walker, I had this golden retriever that I walked 5 days a week, who I absolutely loved. Brittany, if you're watching this video, tell Colby that I love him and I miss him. But when they moved away, I was really left struggling because they were so much of my weekly revenue and such a large part of my schedule week to week. I was just left scrambling trying to find another client before my utility bill was due. So I knew if I didn't replace them quickly, I would not be able to pay my light bill. And that is just not a situation that you want to be in. My eighth lesson from 10 years as a pet sitter and dog walker is that relationships are key. Both your relationships with your clients and your relationships with other local businesses. I think it's just really important to remember that what we do as in-home pet care providers is a relationship-based service. This is not just a quick, easy, simple transaction like they may have at Walmart or something like that. We are going into their home and we are taking care of their babies. We have, basically their whole lives in our hands. When we are taking care of their home and their pets, that is a huge responsibility, and you have to respect and uphold that relationship. And if you can do that in the right way, then your clients will never leave you because they will view you and your services and your business as a true relationship, not just as a transaction. And then, on the other side, with your relationships with local businesses, back to that first point that I made here, not all clients are going to be the right fit for us, and every business has a little bit different way of operating. So if you can go to your clients and say, hey, I know that Fluffy needs her nails cut. I have a great relationship already built with a mobile groomer. Or, hey, Simon pulls a lot on the leash. I have a great relationship built with a local dog trainer that can come over and help with this. Or, maybe you just don't click and you're not the right fit for your pet sitting and dog walking services, but you know somebody else that would be a good fit for the family. You can go to them and say, hey, I don't think I'm the right fit for you right now, but Jamie over here, she is going to be an excellent fit for your family. When you start to build these relationships with other businesses, you are really starting to corner yourself as a local pet expert and as a resource for your clients. And you are going to get a lot of referrals from these relationships. So that ties right into the point that I made about marketing. And, as pet sitters and dog walkers, it can honestly just become lonely sometimes. I know there were weeks on end where I would only talk to dogs and cats before I built these other relationships with other businesses. And now, when I'm having a lonely day or an off day, or I just need some input or some advice and guidance about how to deal with something, I can just pick up the phone and call another local pet sitter and dog walker that I've hung out with and say, hey, what would you do in this situation? Having those kinds of relationships are key. It's everything to making sure that you can survive in this industry long term. And as you think about building these relationships with other pet care professionals, I would love to quickly tell you about the DogCo Summit that is coming up this year, September 26th to the 28th in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. This is going to be an awesome conference specifically for pet care businesses who are ready to scale. Not only are you going to get to learn from incredible experts like Trull, Jamie Coleman, Michelle Kline, Robert Strickland, Colin Funkhauser, myself, among others, you're also going to get the opportunity to really hang out with these people and build relationships. It's a chance to educate yourself, take your business and your services to the next level, and build lasting, long-standing relationships. I've actually met some of my best friends at conferences like these. So I really hope you will come join us in Winston-Salem for the DogCo Summit this September, going from the 26th to the 28th. You can head over to dogcosummit.com to see the full speaker lineup, all of the details, and purchase your ticket today. My 9th lesson for you is that if you do not set and enforce boundaries, your clients will abuse you. Yes, I just said that. And it's true. If you go into some of the pet sitter and dog walker Facebook groups, you will see tons of people complaining about, oh, my client won't stop calling me in the middle of the night. Or, why would my client think that I could do this? Or, OMG, they're requesting last minute again. All kinds of things. That's because you have not set and enforced boundaries. And trust me, we all start there, myself included. It took me 5 or 6 years before I figured out the fact that clients should not have my personal phone number. So you're not alone on this. We have all struggled with this. But you need to have a separate business phone line. You need to have set specific office hours. Even if you're offering pet sitting 24/7, 365, that does not mean that you should be answering the phone and doing scheduling and all of these other things 24/7, 365. It's not sustainable for yourself long term, and it just sets the wrong connotation and really builds the wrong type of relationship with the client. The client does need to view this as a relationship, and you do need to be personable, but at the same time, you have to remember that you are a professional and you are running a business here. They cannot pick up the phone and talk to the CEO of any other business at 11 o'clock at night, so why should they be able to do that for you? To wrap this up with my 10th lesson from 10 years as a pet sitter, dog walker, and pet business owner, I want to remind you that it is always better to have one client who respects you and pays you what you are worth rather than 10 who don't. And I think this really ties in with a lot of the other points that I've made in this video, but you have to respect yourself. If you don't respect yourself, then your clients will never respect you in return. And with that comes starting the relationship off on the right foot by having written policies and procedures, by setting boundaries, and by having prices that are high enough that you can pay yourself what you are worth while also reinvesting into your business. Trust me, I know that this point and a lot of these other points are easier said than done, but these 10 things here are all things that I wish somebody would have sat me down and told me all of this when I first started pet sitting. So I hope these 10 points have been helpful. I hope that these allow you to avoid some of the mistakes that I have made over the years. And again, I do just want to remind you that you are not alone in this. And I am here to support you. I post these videos here on the Doug the Dog Guy YouTube channel every Wednesday as a way to offer some free guidance and support. I also have some free downloadable templates over on my website, which is DougTheDogGuy.co. That's .co. And then if you're ready for some more intensive one-on-one help and guidance, I would love for you to go to my website and book a private coaching call with me. And if you're ready to take your business to the next level and start growing a team, I also have the Positive Hiring course. You can see all about that and enroll in the course on my website as well. And I would love for you to join Michelle and I at the DogCo Summit this September in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. So head over to DougTheDogGuy.co for more information about my coaching services, and head to DogCoSummit.com for more information about this conference. I truly hope this video has been helpful. Drop your tips in a comment down below. Hit that subscribe button. And I am Doug the Dog Guy, reminding you to stay positive.